Welcome to Friday Friends, RI Elder Info's weekly look at the organizations and individuals providing resources for Rhode Island seniors, caregivers, and professionals.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It is 9 o'clock on Friday, and you are watching me, Deb Burton, the host of Friday Friends, where every week RA Elder Info brings you information that you or someone you know needs to know about. So please hit the like button, the share button, the follow button, all those social media cues that say, hey, check this out. Because Today, we're talking about finance and the cost of being a caregiver. And I know that this is something that we don't often talk about. So this is something a lot of folks are going to want to see. So please help us get the word out by doing all those social media things that say this is important stuff. Check it out. Now, as you all know, we are a 501c3 nonprofit, and we could not do this without the support of our sponsors. So a huge thank you to United Healthcare, as well as McCarthy Law. Here's a message from McCarthy Law.
Here at McCarthy Law, we practice in the areas of estate planning, long-term care planning, elder care law, and residential real estate. Our focus is really on providing peace of mind to our clients.
If you're interested in scheduling a consultation with our office, you can feel free to reach out to us at 401-541-5540. You can also reach out via website at www.mccarthylawri.com. You also should check out our social media, both on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn for some helpful tips and tricks.
Hi, Colin. How are you today?
Good, and yourself?
Very good. Very good. So will you share with everybody who you are and where you're from?
All right. My name is Colin McLaughlin. I'm from Gora Fancy Group, and I live in East Providence.
Awesome. Awesome. So you and I were having a conversation the other day that I thought was very interesting about how caregivers often spend thousands of dollars every year out of pocket for the person they care for. So from your experience, what types of expenses tend to surprise caregivers the most? And why is it important to acknowledge and track those costs early on?
Well, caregivers have the most generous people out there, but many of them are shocked. Out-of-pocket costs for them. What I see is the biggest challenges fall into a few buckets: transportation in time of work, gas takes, parking, tolls, rides to appointments, or unpaid time away from a job that can quietly stack up, which is $1,000 a year. Home modifications and safety equipment, things like grab bars, ramps, star lifts, shower chairs, medical beds, or monitoring systems that aren't fully covered by insurance, yet they're essential for daily life. Then there's the medical adjacent costs, co-pays, prescriptions, over-the-counter medications and supplies, wound care, adult diapers, special nutrition products. These are ongoing, not the one-time purchase at all. And then there's the paid help and respite care.
Yep.
There's weak in-home assistance or adult product programs can strain a household and budget is planned for. And then there's the emotional and physical burnout expenses like counseling, stress-related health visits, needing extra services just to keep us going. Those matter too. And even people don't always label those as costs, caregiving costs. So just acknowledging early expenses on that people need to build awareness for families and have a budget, and then possible is dipping into retirement savings, not realizing what you're doing, and there's the benefits and insurance options. And caring just an act of love, and start planning is will make sure love is adequate for a family future.
Yeah. And why is it important to start tracking this stuff like early on?
early on just means that you need to benefit from saving to getting effective care for yourself. Like
Yeah, that
most
makes
insurances today using asset care, which is long-term care, which is already provided in your life insurance policy.
yeah. Oh my goodness. So a lot of times caregivers have to like dip into their own savings or retirement funds to help cover the care for their loved one. What are the long-term risks of doing that like for yourself? Like how do caregivers protect their own financial future while they're still supporting someone?
Let's see. Well, financial stress is one of the biggest drivers of caregiver burnout, but the real damage is often coming from feeling like this everything happens at once with no plan.
Mhm.
Beyond the dollars and cents, there's a few practical steps that caregivers feel more control. Honestly, get everything out of your head onto paper, list responsibilities, do your appointments, medication, bills, insurance policies, and get someone who knows who helps that. And when it's written down, it stops yourself spinning in your head, and then just create some roadmap to create a communication rhythm and just continue to check your financial pillars, which is leaving emergency savings visible, avoiding financial moves, and just making sure everything is taken care of, and just build that team of individuals and
Yep.
say it's okay every day. Someone's on your side.
Now, if you are a caregiver, does it make sense to take money out of your own retirement account to pay for your loved one?
It's not easy to do, but if there's always some ways you can find a way that to do that.
Okay. Okay. Now, you did mention about separating caregiver expenses from your personal finances. How do people do that in like real life? How can they keep things separate and reduce their stress and even family conflict?
It looks like opening simple. It's just creating a checking account used for only care-related systems, medical supplies, subscriptions, transportation, and all those different that run a different checking account, and keeping those on a shared spreadsheet or notebook to where everything's logged and how it's paid for. Why does that matter so much? It's because everything gets so mixed. You get so flustered. How much, and then people wonder how much they're actually spending. Where did the money go to? Keep those things separated, lowers tension. Create the transparency. So understand where the real costs are and make sure every more conversation is more fact and less emotional. And it will just give more caregivers a peace of mind. And it just makes that planning easier. And just protect that relationship. And one of the biggest resources of family conduct is creating clear records and separate accounts. And it's just about reducing stress and honoring everyone's role and where the family is.
Yeah, that's really important to reduce that caregiver stress and really honor the role of where everyone is at. So, can you explain things like, if you're still working and you have employer benefits, what does like a dependent care flexible spending account or temporary caregiver insurance, how can those things help?
So based on what is out there for asset care and insurance in general, that money is saved in an account. So when you need that, it'd be ready for your family to use on your care, your long-term care, or in today's world, asset care. So take care of, say so you pass the two ADLs, it'll help you take that. If you pass those two ADLs, they'll be taking care of you and handling making sure you're taken care of.
Okay. And that's how that works?
Yes.
Okay. And when financial stress, it can contribute significantly to caregiver burnout. Beyond dollars and cents, what other planning steps can caregivers take to feel more in control and less overwhelmed when they're balancing, caregiving and work and their own long-term care needs?
I would say it would be just create a plan. Have everyone in your family, your team, having everyone have a role, and always give yourself permission to plan for yourself.
And really take care of yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
You taking care of your family, your mother, your father. You still have to take care of yourself as well too.
Super important. Super important. Now, are these things that you can help people with?
Yes, of course.
Okay. What if somebody watching wanted to reach out to you? How would they reach you?
They can email me. So actually, I have on either social media or Facebook. I can share my link.
Yeah, I can put that into the comments section.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm really glad that you were able to come on today and share this information. It took me a little bit longer than I expected, but I appreciate you being able to stay on, and thank you for sharing this information.
Thank you so much for the invitation as well.
Absolutely. Everybody, it is expensive out of your own pocket to be a caregiver. And like Colin said, it is very important that you keep the expenses that are for yourself and for your loved ones separate, and that you track them early and often so that you have accurate records. And to really take into account what you realistically can financially afford to do. So lots of planning, not only for your loved one, but for yourself as well, because that planning will help reduce caregiver burnout, which is a real thing. And it is something that the more you plan ahead, the easier caregiving can be. So I am glad that you have all joined me today. I look forward to seeing you all again next week. In the meantime, be well and be kind.